There was a time when I used to look like this. I was skinny fat, weak, and very insecure. And after many years of trying all the programs, diets, and hacks available online, I finally put together a system that transformed my body into this: muscular, lean, and aesthetic. And in order to test that system, using the same info and principles, I helped many people transform their bodies tremendously in a very short period of time without spending years like I did, all proving that the system works. And I'm giving it to you for free in this video. So invest 5 minutes of your time and I promise it'll be worth it. But before we start, you do need to understand your body type because the strategy will depend on it and you will need to adjust the system that I'm gonna give you to make it work. First body type is skinny fat, which means you don't have much muscle, you look thin and soft. Your main goal would be to build lean muscle while staying defined. Second body type is skinny fat, which also means that you don't have much muscle but you have more fat, you look soft and undefined. Your main goal is to lose fat and build lean muscle at the same time. And the third body type is fat, which just means you don't have much muscle and you have quite a lot of fat. Your main goal is aggressive fat loss while maintaining or building muscle. And in case you want to know your exact body fat percentage, I have a free self-assessment tool that you can use. All you have to do is comment free guide and I'll send it over. So once you have identified the closest body type to yours, we can move forward. Phase number 1, nutrition formula. The most important aspect in getting shredded is nutrition, but it's not as difficult as some people make it to be. So first we need to understand the macros, protein, quality of the food, supplements. It's all very important, but at the end of the day, it all comes down to calories. The amount of calories that you consume in a day. So first thing we want to do is identify our maintenance calories. Just use any free calorie calculator website. It will tell you the amount of calories that you need to consume in order to maintain your weight. And according to that number, you will need to adjust your daily intake. For example, for skinny fat, you need to be in a maintenance or slight surplus in order to be able to build lean muscle, but at the same time keep defining your body. For skinny fat, you need to be in a slight deficit, and for fat body type, you need to be in an aggressive calorie deficit. And many people think that if you're in a deficit, which means that you consume less calories than your body uses daily, then you can't grow muscle. Well, actually, it's not true. You can grow muscle and lose fat at the same time, but in order to do that, you do need to track your calories, your macros, and prioritize protein. You need to consume 1 gram of protein per 1 pound of your body weight. And what happens if you don't? Well, let's say that you eat fast food, sugar, whatever you want, but you're still in a deficit, then sure, you're still gonna lose weight, but you won't build muscle and you won't look defined. So it's better to track your macros, and here are the macros for each body type that you need to follow daily. A few examples of the foods that you need to eat are chicken breast, rice, potatoes, beef, turkey, salads, fruits, and etc. The foods that you need to avoid are pastries, fast food, sugar, gluten, and fat-saturated meals. All of them will make your journey to getting shredded much harder and will stop you from building muscle. An extra tip that I want to give you before we move forward is avoid snacks. They all add up to more calories, they make you crave more, and that's the exact reason why most guys get stuck. Try drinking a lot of water to fill your stomach, or even eat something like salads, fruits, or a bit of nuts instead. Phase number 2, training formula. Your training style will completely depend on your body type. So if you're skinny fat, then you need to forget about isolations, because for you it's mostly a waste of time. And when I say forget, I don't mean that you shouldn't do them at all. What I mean is that about 70% of the time you focus only on strength and compound lifts like bench press, overhead press, squats, deadlifts, and etc. And constantly you need to try to progressively overload on these exercises. And 30% of the time you focus on isolations and cardio around 1 to 2 times a week to make sure that your muscles look defined. If you're skinny fatter, then you need a bit more balanced approach. So 50% of the time you're doing strength, compound lifts, 50% of the time isolations and conditioning. You also need to mix compound lifts, use progressive overload, and do cardio 2 to 3 times a week minimum. And if your body type is fat, then obviously your main focus would be on fat loss. So about 70% of the time you're only gonna do cardio, and 30% of the time you're gonna focus on strength. So for example, you could do 2 to 3 times a week strength training and 3 to 4 times a week cardio. So it can be anything like football, kickboxing, treadmill, running, but it has to be intense. And regarding the split, it's not that crucial. So no matter what body type you are, you can choose anything you like. Push-pull legs, upper and lower, full body, or you can even mix and do something like push-pull legs and upper. Whatever works best for you. Phase number 3, avoid this mistake. If you truly want to progress 2 to 5 times faster than ever before, except just blindly following all the nutrition and training info that I gave you, you need to stop making this mistake that I see so many people make in the gym, which is prioritizing volume over density. And what I mean is that in order to feel good about themselves, some people just go gym, spend a few hours doing a few exercises, resting like 5-10 minutes in between the sets, scrolling their phone, talking shit with their mates, or just not pushing themselves, using only 10 to 30% of their energy. And what happens is that they spend a few hours in the gym thinking that they're being productive. A few months pass by, and even if they train consistently, they don't see any results and they get discouraged. So for that not to happen, you do need to rest only 1 to 2 minutes in between the sets, especially if you're cutting down, and you need to go till absolute failure. In every exercise, in every set, and even while doing cardio, you need to push yourself to the limits all the time. And I don't care what other people say, I'm sure there's many who are gonna disagree with me, but in my opinion, pushing yourself to the limits and going till failure is the most effective way to completely transform your body in the shortest amount of time. And with the right nutrition and recovery, you don't need to worry about overtraining. What you need to worry about is not being a phase number 4, lifestyle and mentality. This phase might be more important than everything else because if you don't adjust your lifestyle and your mentality, then you'll keep slacking, giving up, starting over and over, and eventually just being stuck at the same place for years. Now, in terms of lifestyle, we're gonna keep it very simple because everyone has a different job, different priorities, but we wanna make sure that we progress, that we don't stagnate, and that we recover well. So in order to do that, we need to follow a few daily tasks like 10 to 12k steps with no exceptions every day. It won't only help you lose fat, but also will optimize your health and your endurance, eventually just making it easier for you to lose fat and reach your goal. Number 2, drinking at least 3 liters of water every day. If you can, drink more because the more water you drink, the less water your body will store. Finally, having a bedtime routine. So trying to go to bed and waking up at the same time every day, having no less than 7.5 hours of sleep. Now, in terms of mentality, I won't go very deep, but I will give you one very effective tip to not get discouraged ever again, and it is to not focus on your end goal. Just don't think about it and don't waste your time. Only focus on your routine and on your daily task. And trust me, eventually you will be shocked by your progress. And the last thing I want to say from experience is that watching YouTube tips is good, but actual transformations always come from personalized step-by-step systems, because everyone is different. And if you want me to break down exactly what you need, program, nutrition or mindset, I'll do it for free in a one-to-one call. It won't last forever, so book your call now.